The Barghawatas were a confederation of Berber tribes of the Atlantic coast of Morocco, belonging to the Masmuda nation. After allying with the Sufri Kharijite rebellion in Morocco against the Umayyads, they established an independent state in the area of Tamesna on the Atlantic coast between Safi and Salé under the leadership of Tarif, al-Matghari. Etymology. Some historians believe that the term Barghawata is a phonetic deformation of the term Barbati, a nickname which Tarif carried. It is thought that he was born in the area of Barbate, near Cadiz in Spain. However, Jerome Carcopino and other historians think the name is much older and the tribe is the same as that which the Romans called Barghawatas, who up until the 7th century lived near Volubilis. History. Few details are known about Barghawata. Most of the historical sources are largely posterior to the rule and often present a contradictory and confused historical context. However, one tradition appears more interesting. It comes from Córdoba in Spain and its author is the large prior of Barghawata and the Barghawata ambassador to Córdoba Abu Saleh Zamur, around the middle of the 10th century. This tradition is regarded as most detailed concerning Barghawata. It was reported by al-Bakri, Ibn Hazm and Ibn Khaldun, although their interpretations comprise some divergent points of view. The Barghawatas, along with the Gomara and the Minasa, launched the Berber revolt of CE 739–40. They were fired up by Sufri Kharijite preach, a Muslim sect that embraced a doctrine representing total egalitarianism in opposition to the aristocracy of the Quraysh, which had grown more pronounced under the Umayyad Caliphate. The rebels elected Masmuda al-Matghari to lead the revolt, and successfully seized control of nearly all of what is now Morocco, inspiring further rebellions in the Maghreb and Al-Andalus. At the Battle of Baghdura, the rebels annihilated a particularly strong army dispatched by the Umayyad Caliph from Syria, but the rebels' army itself was eventually defeated in the outskirts Kairouan Ifriqiya in CE 741. In the aftermath, the rebel alliance dissolved. Even before this denouement, the Barghawatas, as founders of the revolt, had grown resentful of the attempt by later adherents, notably the Zenata chieftains, in alliance with the increasingly authoritarian Sufri commissars, to take control of the leadership of the rebellion. As the primary objective, the liberation of the people from Umayyad rule had already been achieved, and there was little prospect of it ever being reimposed. The Barghawatas saw little point in continued military campaigns. In CE 742 or 743, the Barghawata removed themselves from the rebel alliance, and retreated to the Tamesna region, on the Atlantic coast of Morocco, where they founded the new independent state and abandoned the Sufri Kharijitism. The Barghawatas ruled in the Tamesna region for more than 3 centuries. Under the successors of Saleh ibn Tara, Ilyas ibn Saleh, Yunus and Abu Ghafail, the tribal kingdom was consolidated, and missions sent to neighboring tribes. After initially good relations with the Caliphate of Córdoba, there was a break at the end of the 10th century with the ruling Umayyads. 2 Umayyad incursions, as well as attacks by the Fatimids, were fought off by the Barghawata. For the 11th century there was an intensive guerrilla war with the Banu Ifrin. Even though the Barghawata were subsequently much weakened, they were still able to fend off Almoravid attacks. The spiritual leader of the Almoravids, Ibn Yasin, fell in battle against them. Only in 1149 were the Barghawata eliminated by the Almohads as a political and religious group. Religion. After the conversion to Islam at the beginning of the 8th century and the Masra uprising, The Barghawata Berbers formed their own state on the Atlantic coast between Safi and Salé. The Barghawata kingdom followed a syncretic religion inspired by Islam with elements of Sunni, Shia and Kharijite Islam, mixed with astrological and traditional Berber mythology such as the taboos surrounding eating eggs and chickens, and the belief that the saliva of the Prophet contained baraka, or, roughly translated, blessedness. Supposedly, they had their own Quran in the Berber language comprising 80 surahs under the leadership of the second ruler of the dynasty Saleh ibn Tarif, who had taken part in the Masra uprising. He proclaimed himself a prophet. He also claimed to be the final Mahdi, and that Isa would be his companion and pray behind him. Tribes. The Barghawata Confederacy was made of 29 tribes. 12 of these tribes adopted the Barghawata religion while 17 retained Islam. Barghawata religion tribes, Khariji Muslim tribes. Some constituent tribes, such as Branas, Masmuda, Ifrin and Trera, were fractions of much larger tribal groups, and only the Tamesna-based fractions joined the Barghawata Confederacy. Barghawata kings, Tara al-Matghari, Saleh ibn Tara, who declared himself prophet in 744 and went away at the age of 47, promising to return. Ilyas ibn Saleh, who is said to have professed Islam publicly but Saleh's religion secretly, and died in the 50th year of his reign. Yunus ibn Ilyas, who made Saleh's religion official and fought those who would not convert. Curiously enough, he is also said to have performed the Hajj. He died in the 44th year of his reign. Abu Ghaffar Muhammad, who may also have been called a prophet and who had 44 wives and more sons. He died in the 29th year of his reign. Abu al-Ansar Abdullah, buried at Tamesna. He died in the 44th year of his reign. Abu Mansur Isa, who was 22 when he became king.